What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Stay Fresh production. And it is that time again. I don't do a whole lot of lists every year, but when I do, I do. It is time for my top winter fragrances list. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right into it. I do have a few honorable mentions. It was really difficult for me to compile this list this time around. I've come across a few fragrances this year that I've been saving for the winter that are bangers, that are fire. And because of that, some of the other ones that I've had in the past and that I was planning to include, they kind of got squeezed a bit. Their statuses were, a little bit compromised, but some of them still found their way in here because I know I'm going to be wearing them, but they may not be where they used to be. So there are a few honorable mentions as a result. The first honorable mention is one that is brand new to me. This was actually sent to me by a subscriber, Nicholas. What's up, man? Thank you so much for sending this out to me. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, you might be a soon-to-be reviewer, so I hope that happens. Hope to see your channel start up pretty soon. And he sent me this fragrance and a little sample. It's a little Travallo. If you haven't tried these things are awesome. Great travel sprayer. And I guess real easy to fill them up and you can carry it anywhere. And this, my goodness. This is an honorable mention just because it is just a sample. This is Gucci Intense Oud. I just got my nose on this a few weeks ago, again, thanks to my friend Nick. Man, this is a gorgeous scent, beautiful quality, great performance. One of the best oud scents I've ever smelled. I will probably be getting a bottle of this, and I know it's not expensive. If you haven't tried this, get your nose on it. I was hesitant at first. I was skeptical because I've never been crazy about oud and anything that's super resinous, but this is so well done by the House of Gucci. It's an accessible oud, so it's not going to be like your Calumet Black or your Ragba Wooden Tints or anything like that. This, I'm going to be wearing this. Anyway, next honorable mention we have, this is one that is no stranger to the community and no stranger to my channel. I've decided to put it on my list just because I want to try to keep wearing it. I've almost sold it off multiple times just because I'm not wearing it, but every time I actually spray it and just test it out, I'm like, man, I like this stuff. I need to try to wear it. This is F Black Pour Homme from Salvatore Ferragamo. This is a nice scent, very masculine, powerful scent, elegant, sweet tonka bean. It's spicy with pepper. It's spicy, sweet, peppery, very masculine, a little bit fresh too. A bomb of a fragrance. Great performance. Hope to wear this one some more this winter. This next one was actually placed higher in my fall list because I think it functions a little bit better in the fall. It wears a little light in the winter, and that is characteristic of many of the other fragrances in this house. This is from John Varvatos, and this is the original John Varvatos. Beautiful plum, fig, leather, sweet, leathery, dark, masculine, subtle though. Not super weak. It's not gonna just disappear in like, a couple hours. This thing will last you, 5, maybe 6 hours. Just a very gentlemanly scent. This is a man scent. Beautiful. I love this stuff. I could not include it. I almost left it off, but I know I'll be wearing it. So here it is. And my final honorable mention, this is one that's brand new to me. I'm saving it for winter. This was sent to me recently, and I did a video on it not too long ago. This is a beast of a fragrance. This is most definitely one of the strongest fragrances I have in my collection at this point. It comes from the house of Alexandria fragrances, from my friend Hani Hafiz, who sent this to me so graciously. And this is Nostalgia. Now, if you didn't know, and if you didn't see my video on this, this is Hani's clone of Oud Satin Mood from the house of Francis Kurkdjian. This stuff is so freaking strong. I took the cap off, it's already in the air. It's everywhere. Like when you spray this in the air, it stays in the air. The particles, I think they just stay in the air and you'll just smell it. It's crazy. It doesn't have to be on anything. It's really quite an astounding fragrance. If you don't know what this smells like, oud, but not super dark, stanky oud. It's a dark woodiness for sure. Sweet, there's some vanilla, quite a bit of vanilla, I think. Maybe even some benzoin, I'm not sure. There's definitely some rose in here. So elegant. I can only really pull this off for nighttime upscale occasions. And again, it's so strong. One spray. Please, one spray is all it takes. I highly recommend you check this stuff out. If you like oud satin mood and you want something a little bit more accessible and less expensive, this is the one to check out. So let's get right into the top 10. My number 10 is what I would consider my winter freshie. I don't just wear sweet and resinous and these heavy oudy scents or anything like that during the winter time. Every now and then you want something a little different. And there's others I might be wearing. I'm probably going to be wearing a Ventus, honestly, but it's not on this list. But this is another one I'll be wearing, especially in the nighttime or even just casually. It's pretty versatile. It's what I would consider a dark, fresh fragrance. And you can even see it in the bottle. This is Mr. Burberry. From Burberry, this is the Eau de Parfum, which came out this year, earlier this year. Patchouli is a major player in here. It's fresh. There's probably ambroxan in here as well. You kind of get that vibe. It's just fresh. It's masculine. It's a little earthy though, because of that patchouli. And it's dark. So I dig it. The performance isn't fantastic, but it is good enough to wear to just about any situation where you're not going to be just standing outside in the freezing cold. So I dig this stuff. Moving on to number 9. This is one I also told myself I'd promise to try to make more use of this year. I've had it for a little while thanks to my friend A2. Once again, you've done me so many favors this year, and this is one of them. I shy away from it, but every time I spray it on, I'm just reminded of the fact that I need to start wearing it more. And this is Chergui from the house of Serge Lutens. This is such a unique scent and such a well-blended, great quality. Tobacco is a major player. You get this sweet kind of honey, and hay is a major note in this too, which you might be turned off by, but it complements the composition so perfectly. I feel like without the hay note, it wouldn't be what it is. It's strange. It would just be kind of this bland, sweet tobacco, but the hay note adds character to this fragrance. It's so gorgeous. Man, I'm gonna try to wear this more. So that's Chergui. Moving on, this is one I could not leave out. It's been in every cool weather list I've done since I've been doing my channel. I love this stuff. I still have this little bottle, which I'll be rocking for a while because I don't need to spray on much because this is a beast mode fragrance and we're talking about Armani Code Profumo. Yes, that's all I'm gonna say. If you don't know, check it out. That's all I'm gonna say. Moving on. And this is yet another staple, which I could not go without. I know I'll be wearing this. I would be lying if I said I wasn't going to wear this fragrance, even in the winter time, which some people might think is better in fall, and it's great in fall, but I'm going to wear it in winter too. This is La Nuit De L'Homme. You know, not much to say here. Spicy, sweet, a little bit fresh. You get bergamot, lavender, cardamom. I'm just going to spin this cap and I'm going to put it down. And if you haven't checked it out, you need to do so. All right. Up next, this is one that's still relatively new to me. I've gotten it within the last year or so, maybe in the last 6 months. It's now discontinued, unfortunately. It is a gorgeous scent, and it's turning me on to this company and their fragrances. I say this company because many people wouldn't consider this company a fragrance house. It's from Bath and Body Works, and it is Mahogany Woods. I'm telling you guys, I was skeptical at first. I can't tell you how many times I walked past the fragrances in that store or just walked past the store altogether. I've probably been there 4 or 5 times. I can count on one hand. But ever since I smelled this fragrance, I am always checking to see what's new there. Their fragrances are niche quality. I'm just saying it. Niche quality fragrances. I don't know who's making them. Honestly, I should just look it up and I could tell you guys, but I didn't look it up beforehand, so sorry. But I will look it up because whoever is making these fragrances, they are such good quality. This one is kind of hard to describe. Some people might consider it unisex, and I would too. A woman could pull this off, but men, don't be turned off by it. It's sweet. It is a little bit resinous, a tad bit boozy. It's definitely woody, vanilla. I think it's so elegant. Check it out. Well, I guess you can't check it out. If you can find a decant of it or something, or someone selling a bottle for not a ridiculous price, I'd check this one out. I bought it right as they were about to get rid of it, and I'm happy I did. Up next, this is a staple in my collection. I will always have this fragrance. I'll probably have this bottle for a while just because it is on the bigger side. And I love this stuff. This bottle was a gift from my girlfriend, and I'm so happy she gave it to me because I already loved it and she didn't even know I loved it. This is John Varvatos Vintage. Yet another one from the house, a man's scent. Masculine, suede, tobacco, rhubarb. It's kind of sweet, a little bit spicy, kind of dark and leathery. Again, subtle. It's not going to push off the skin all that much, but that's why I love it. It's a gentleman's fragrance. It's just going to have this warm aura around you where people, when they get closer to you, then they want to get closer and get closer, if you know what I mean. Dig it. If you haven't smelled it, smell it. It's inexpensive. You can find it on all the various discounter sites, but don't buy it retail. At number 4, this one goes without saying. This has to be here. This was pretty high up on my fall list. Winter, it was kind of pushed down a bit, ironically, but I still love it to death. And it's Herod from Parfums de Marly. And if you've been watching my channel, then you know what's about to happen. I'm going to take this cap off. I'm going to smell it. This, get you a decant of this if you haven't smelled it. A gorgeous tobacco, cinnamon, vanilla, dark, sweet, gentleman's fragrance. Love this stuff. Great performance. I can't stop talking about it. I'm trying to stop talking about it. We're done. Moving on. Up next, this one actually topped my fall list, which if you saw, then you'll know what it is. This is no stranger to the community, but if it is to you, I encourage you to check it out. This is Dior Homme from the house of Christian Dior. Man, niche quality. Niche quality, that is Dior. And at the very least, that is this fragrance line. This stuff is so freaking elegant. I used to hate it. I hated it because I couldn't understand why people loved it. I smell it in the store. I'm like, this is this woman's perfume. Who would wear this? But it's not. Once you let it dry, oh my gosh. So elegant. Irish, cacao. Geez, it's so good. Please check it out. If you passed it off, just put it on your skin one last time. Just one more time. Give it one more chance. And then send me a message, and if you hate it, then you still hate it. Whatever. Number 2. This one is brand new in my collection. I've had a sample of it for a while, and I've been just kind of lukewarm about it. But recently, I started coming back to it more and more. And now I can't get enough of it. And now I have a bottle of it, and it's Tom Ford Noir Extreme. This stuff is so good. So elegant, beautiful scent. It has that kulfi, which is like the Indian dessert. It has vanilla. It's kind of dark and some citrusy, some mandarin up top. It's so good. Perfect in a suit, perfect for a night out. Performance is not fantastic, but it is good. I love this stuff. Tom Ford Noir Extreme. And my number 1, this is one you might not expect. This is also a new one in my collection. I have my brother Jeff to thank for this. He's actually the one that got me more interested in this house too, because he checked it out and told me about something I didn't know about, so I checked them out. And now I'm all about this fragrance house. I'm just going to say it. From the house of Bath and Body Works. This is Noir. Now this is one that came out in 2010. Wow. Oh. But it was discontinued or vaulted or something, and they brought it back just this year. I think they just hit the shelves maybe within the last couple months. This stuff, what this is a better quality, better performing Armani code. That's what it is. I'm not going to go much more into it because I think I want to review this one. And if you would like me to, and if you'd like to know more about it, please tell me down in the comments if you want to see a review. Man, again, whoever is making these fragrances, yes, I can't wait to wear the heck out of this. Super elegant. I love this juice color. It's like gray. It's almost like black. Really gorgeous. Anyway, that's my list. I'm really excited to be wearing these fragrances. And I'm excited to hear what you guys think about my list. And I'd like to hear what you guys are going to be wearing too. If any of these strike your fancy, or if you have any of them and you'll be wearing them too, let's talk about it. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Peace. See you guys in the next one.